An overview to the Studentenklippe area. We have Mariendwand, Eschwegefels, Studentenklippe, Bolwerk, Plattenwand, Wildamkerker Massive, Schlackenwand, and Kaminturm. Okay, it's really early in the morning, so I thought I'd get cracking with Studentenklippe because I know it quite well. I've parked in this lovely little car park here, there's Eva, and I'm going to show you quickly one of the ways to Eschwegefels. This is part of the Studentenklippe group, so we're parked quite close to, if we can make it out, just behind there, Mariendwand. That's the parking place, quite a nice big parking place next to Mariendwand. On the right hand side here you can also park, which is quite handy because it does get busy in the summer months. Now I'm here about 8 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody else here, which is great, but it does get busy even in the winter with hill walkers for the parking places and stuff, so basically get here early. Now the reason why I'm showing you the car parks is because on this little car park, or a little lay-by, whatever you want to call it, is a second way up to Eschwegefels. Now I'm going to walk down and show you the first way up, but that track up there leads to the top. If you go to the top of there, you go to the Harz, turn left, and you'll reach the top of Eschwegefels. That's Wasserfels, and directly opposite on the other side of the road is this little parking place down here. We've just got another car going past. It is quite a busy road. We get to a little waterfall there right next to the road, very nice. Like I said, all the water here is drinkable. But as you walk down, so opposite Wasserfels, little car parking place here. In the summer, if you can get 3 cars in there, you're very lucky. And the shortcut up to Eschwegefels is up this little track here, so that saves you a bit of time if you just want to get to the crag. The other way is actually less steep and a bit easier of a walk, but this is a little shortcut up to Eschwegefels. So this is the front face of Eschwegefels. It's actually quite tall, say about 15-20 metres, maximum 20 metres. So starting on the left you've got some 3s and I think a 2 actually, I'm not 100% sure. It's a 3 or a 2 from the look of me. Then on this flat face here you've got a 6 going up the flat face of the wall. It's a tricky climb actually, I've done it. It's alright, the 6 only goes to that first kind of ramp up, and then you join up with a 4 and a 3 all the way to the top there. Quite interesting times. Eschwegefels can get busy as well, so round to the south facing wall can get a lot of people on it. If there are, and coming around here and doing these climbs quickly right up to the top is pretty good. But it's not the most interesting side of Eschwegefels. I'll show you the other side in a minute. This is the south side of Eschwegefels, and I'm pointing at the left hand side here. So behind this silver birch tree are some really great climbs. The one that goes up right on the left hand side I believe is a 4. Quite a famous little climb all the way up the left hand side there. Then you've got about 3 or 4 more climbs just to the right hand side of that 4 that come up the inside. There's a big slabby overhang there, and there is a really famous 3 which I'll try and get on camera now, which comes up. That's the big slabby overhang. On the left hand side of that, in the chimney, is a quite a famous 3 that they recommend. It is a good climb. It's quite difficult for a 3 though. Everyone I've known who's climbed it, Johannes and Thomas, myself, it's a difficult 3. It's not an easy one. It looks easier than it is. Then you've got the first Harz graded 9 route. It was the first one in the Harz to be graded at 9. I think it's a 9 minus actually, which is under this underhang here, or its overhang, and you're on the back side of that. It's all anchored and sport bolted up. There's a couple of free projects as well, 5 free projects. Nobody's actually completed them to date. I think the free one is over this overhang, right up the underside of that nose and that strange looking outcrop there. I know why nobody's completed it. It is insanely hard, even by looking at it. The 9 minus is hard enough. I've given it a go. I haven't completed the 9 minus yet. It is a very difficult overhang, and it's very big moves. On the end here, you've got I believe a 6, or it might be a 7 with that start. I think it's actually a 6 going up. As soon as the crux part, which is the start, is done, you're up onto the top of that overhang, and it's just slabby the way to the top there. A bit of an overhang to get up over there, but nothing compared to the start. The start is the hardest. And then you get round to the front face of it. So the overhang is under that part of the rock here. The nice climb on the end is the 4 going up here. And on the front face you have 2 7s on this flat rock. 1 7 going up the side of that big crack and up, and the other going up the front face of that block up to that rock sticking out and up. They're both really good climbs. I've done both, quite nice. The one on the flat face is a bit technical on your footwork, got a nice undercling and a kind of thumbed in hold, which is cool. In the chimney next to it is a 5. I think it's only a 5 because you've got to step over that rock that's sticking out halfway up. The rest of the climb is very easy. Next to that there is another flat bit of rock, and this flat bit of rock goes all the way up to the top. There's a 4 on the front face, and then in this chimney here, going all the way up in that small little chimney, there is a 2 right to the top, and that is a good warm-up and a really kind of nice easy climb to get you into it. This is where people teach as well, because of the selection of different harder climbs and easier climbs. It's a really nice place to teach. You've also got a breakout on the 2 halfway up. To the right hand side there is a tree, and you can break out. You can also practice slinging around a tree. It's a very strong tree. You can sling around that. You can use your anchors and stuff. Anchors wise, all of the harder ones are very well anchored. Good 3 meters off the ground before the first bolts, and then coming up every 2 or 3 meters there's another bolt in the wall. Anchors at the top, I'll talk about in a second. We'll go back to the route guide. We have 5A, Canton Überhang, which is a 4+. We have number 6, which is called Frusport and is a 6+. Number 7 is Sudris and is a 4+. Number 8 is Bonanza and 6+. Number 9 is Sudkanta and is a 5. Number 10 is the famous Sudkamin 3+. Number 11 is another famous route, a 9 minus called Lambok. Number 12 is over the edge of the overhang and is a free project. And number 13 is on top of the overhang and is a 9 minus. And we have number 14, which is Sudverschneiden, which is a 6. On the second part of the face, of the main face, we have 15, which is Styler Riss and is a 7+.
16 direct Plattenweg 7 minus, 17 Plattenweg 4 minus, and 18 to Vorletzter, which is a 5. I haven't shown the two 2s because 19 and 19A are obvious when you're at the crag.
There's also a little scramble up path all the way up and around to the top to get to the top anchors. Really nice and easy to do. This is the top of Eschwegefels. I've just come up that little track there, come past this nice little bench, and as you can see, steps up to the top with that big block just sat there on the top. I'm going to walk up, just show you how easy it is. I'm still holding the camera and I'm still fairly stable, hopefully, in the video. So, I mean, it's like steps here. There is nothing hard. So, this is the big block at the top. It's got really good sling points on that small rock around the back. On this one, you don't need it, because on the front of the rock there, you can see two top anchors, really nicely located. Tree does get in the way, so if you're going on the 2, put something in at the top. There is an anchor just there, so you can put your main anchor in, and you could put a quick draw in just on the edge of there, and just to guide your ropes a bit. There is also, if you're climbing the 2, which is what I'm on about, put your top anchor in on them, come round this side of the tree, and then there is an anchor just there, so you can guide that nicely with a quick draw. To get to the other anchors, you have to come around to the right of this block, and then it is a bit of a scramble. You come round to the right, over the top here, and then your first anchor is just here. There are 2 further down on the end there, and that takes you down to the 9 and the the overhang. So I would be putting in, if you're doing the overhang, put in your anchor here. If you're doing the 4 on the end, there's 2 sport clips on the end there, top anchors on the end. Clip into that to do the 4, and an easy little climb out. There is also another anchor just at the top on that slightly lower part sticking out, and that is for the other roots on the other side. Sling off the top of that and you can get to the other side really nice and easily. So all of the top anchors here, very, very easy to get to, and the climb down, so you could get, if you're instructing or if you're just having fun, climb to the top of the roots. You can walk back down to where you started very, very easily, have a coffee, do it again. So you can set your ropes out for a long time here, and really interesting times. Plus the view when you get to the top on a clearer day is actually quite lovely. I can see große Dolfelklotz, kleine Dolfelklotz. I can see the top of Mariendwand, or at least that right grat, and I can just make out große Dolfelklotz Sockel at the bottom. And just at the back of the top of the rock on Eschwegefels, I just wanted to point out something. So this is the track down here to the climbs. I don't know if you can hear it on the video. This microphone on this camera is not particularly brilliant. There is a small block there for bouldering. I'm just walking down so you can see how easy it is. I'm doing it fairly quickly, and it is very wet and slidey today. So I'm going past the little track down to the climbs there. So I've come away from Eschwegefels. I'm going up the Harz Schauseewand, Schauseestraße, or whatever, Harz Schauseestraße. I can't have the old Harz Street, this is what it's called. I'm just going up here quite quickly because I'm going to show you 2 things. Right, firstly, what I was saying, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but there is a waterfall here. It's not a very pretty waterfall, but all the water's drinkable, and this is a really easy and good place to fill up. I'm going to fill up the canteens in a minute, nice and fresh. The second thing I'm going to show you is back onto the track. It's not part of Student Clipper group, but it is the way to the Treppenstein group. And just up here, it's only 20 meters away from the waterfall. I'm walking a little bit quickly and it's quite muddy. This path up to the left here takes you to Drachenturm, Falterwand, and then the Treppenstein top group. So really easy to get to, nice quick walks. Just filled up my canteen at that small waterfall I showed you. Back at the top of Eschwegefels, that's the block I was talking about bouldering. That's Eschwegefels. I'm just walking north on the, whatever it is, street, Old Hart Street. And just to the right, here is the track up to Studentenklippe. So, block's just there. You're on the corner, straight up here. It is a bit of a trek, but it's nicely pathed out, you can't lose your way.